What's going on, YouTube? This is your boy Julien Stoutt, licensed personal trainer, licensed PE teacher, world record powerlifter, special education and health teacher, here to take the fear out of fitness. We're about to take off. Classes in session. Yo, is there anything about you that you want to change about you right now physically? What is it? How do you plan on doing it? What is the mode or what is the method of that change? Do you want to lose weight? How are you going to lose weight? Are you going to go natural? Or are you going to go surgery? Are you going to alter your body to look a certain way even though nothing else of you has changed? Are you going to exercise? Or are you just going to do it through nutrition? What is the change? How are you going to go about it? Personally, me, no, it's not my height. It's my skin. I actually want to get my skin more under control. I'm actually in the process of doing that. Don't want to put that company on blast yet until it works, because I don't want their business to diminish, because my skin is not the best, all right? At least not right now. However, others have had plastic surgery. Others have done things to enhance their bodies that go outside of the norms of exercise. And I encourage the natural way. I encourage, if you want to enhance features on you, do it naturally. Eat more, work out more, and take care of yourself better. But Nicki Minaj actually came out and said something about her appearance and how she feels about her looks. And before I get into that, I want to make sure that you guys understand that this is from her interview in Vogue. Her interview in Vogue was phenomenal. It's a huge spread, so I'm not going to get into the whole entire thing. I'm just going to focus in on this particular paragraph. So without further ado, I'm going to get to it. Minaj has been thinking about how she might make the best use of her massive platform that has been a place for connecting with her fans and at times for engaging in public tussles. You know, she had something to address with Soulja Boy when Soulja Boy went off with J. Cole, but that's a whole nother thing. And shout out to her for actually addressing that as a artist, because that was a whole beef that was not even necessary to begin with. All right. However, she has 28 million followers on X and nearly 10 times that many on Instagram. And yet she has always insisted that social media is something she would swear off in a heartbeat if it were a necessary feature of the business of being Nicki Minaj. Personally, I wouldn't be on social media either if I wasn't connecting with my real friends, and if I wasn't connecting with you, the audience, to educate you on things such as this. She has consistently urged her fans to stay in school and is a huge believer in higher education. Same here. She has been an exponent of body positivity since the beginning of her career, vaunting her own curves and urging women of color especially to feel proud of theirs. Now, the body positivity thing, it all depends on how you are driving it. If you're driving it to merely just accept the foolishness of your obesity, no. But if your body's your body and you are doing all that you can within reason to maintain or improve upon yourself, then let it be what it is. Mind your business and let them do you. Let them do them. All right? That's how I feel about it. Let's see. She does not pretend that this has always been easy for her personally, by the way. I just looked at a video that I posted on Instagram when I was 25, and I would effing pay to look like that right now, she says. But today I can say that I am at peace with who I am and how I look. I have to say this as a black woman though, I have made certain choices for my son to not give him sweets and candy and juices because of illnesses like diabetes that run in our community. I'm not in favor of body positivity if it means unhealthy bodies. Me and Nicki Minaj are on point here. All right. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend that what she's saying is false. What she's saying is absolutely dead on. That's bull. It's not believable. So let's stop pretending. Recently, I had to get a breast reduction and I actually love it. I used to want I used to want a bigger butt, and now I look back and realize how silly that was. So love your curves and love your non-curves. There's nothing wrong with any of it. In this day and age, women are killing themselves just to have BBLs because they think that this is what men want. Men don't want that. Now, men want what they want, but men don't want that because in many cases, y'all look like ants. Your thighs don't match your booty, and it just looks foolish. Number one. Number two, while men want something that other men look at, we don't want all the attention directed at our ladies. Not because we're selfish and all that other stuff, but just seriously, it's just a level of incognito. It's kind of like being famous, right? When you're famous, you want to be famous when it's time to be famous. You don't want to be famous on all day, 24/7, 365. There's nothing you can do but be famous. You know, yes, people are going to recognize you, and it's gotten better over the years, to be honest with you, that you see somebody that is famous, you might talk to them, you might say hi to them, you say you love their work, you appreciate the things that they've done in terms of the genre that they're in, whether it's music or movies or television or theater. You talk to them, but you're not like losing your mind over them. This isn't Michael Jackson, you know? Back in the day when people were famous, people would lose their minds. They would shut down malls. They couldn't go anywhere without being bombarded. But as time progresses, fame has gotten to the point where people recognize you, talk to you, and sometimes it's a secret where they'll recognize you, and between you and them, you might get a wink, or you might get a shh, or you might get a, come here, let's get a selfie together and we can just chill, whatever. But you don't get this, bug out, right? So more times than not, that attention, people don't want that kind of attention all the time. And as a result, with these BBLs, with these ridiculous breast augmentations, and I'm not talking about breast augmentations in general, I'm talking about ridiculous breast augmentations where it's just not normal. Okay, now there's a difference between people who have developed these bodies because this is what their bodies gave them, as opposed to people who are acquiring these things looking like they got 2 umbrellas stuck in their chest. It's just not necessary. All right. However, and that's what you did to yourself, not what nature did to you. Okay. These are her having a breast reduction. I don't know to what means she had a breast reduction. I don't know if it was her having a breast reduction because she had implants, and then because motherhood kicked in and now she doesn't need them anymore. I don't know what the nature of that was. But what I will say is, whatever the reason was, it was. She said she wanted to have a bigger butt. Okay, you know what? Now she realized she doesn't need one. She doesn't want to look foolish. She doesn't want to look like out of place with her body. She wants to represent herself the way she should have always wanted to represent herself from the get-go. But that's when you gain maturity. But as a youth, you want everything everybody else has, to have that advantage over everyone else, to garner attention for yourself, when the truth is you don't want that attention. At least not most people don't. There's a lot of times there's aspects of me where I would garner that attention, and you know what? I find out yes and no. Sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's not. Sometimes when people see me in a certain light, it's cool, but in other times it's annoying. All right. So, and I know how that feels, even though I am short. All right. So, Lord knows how I would feel about it if I were tall. And when I say tall, I mean over 6 feet. Not taller, but just over 6 feet. If I was over 6 feet, I don't even know what I would do with that attention. And maintaining myself physically with garnering that attention. So, what I will say is, it is important for you to love yourself. Start taking the time to master the art of you. Start learning about fashion, men and women. Sometimes y'all think that this is all superficial nonsense, but the truth is it's not. Now, I'm not telling you to get into fashion to the degree where you're just buying Gucci and Balenciaga and all these other designer brands. I'm talking about fashion in the sense of knowing how to put colors together, knowing how to put suits together, knowing how to put jackets and ties together, knowing how to put, dresses and shoes together, knowing how to wear your hair for certain occasions, knowing how to wear your hair to represent how you want to look. Some people have a certain style and that's okay. I'm not into the whole, just out of the shower look. And I'm talking about like your hair just looks like you just got out of the shower look. I would like something more of substance, right? However, it doesn't have to be this hair project. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be all of that. And once we start learning the ins and outs of how that works, and then when we find the style that fits us best, that makes us look as attractive as we want to look, that's the way to go. Stop blowing your money on all this nonsense, this superficial stuff that doesn't even matter. Your health matters. The people that love you matters. That's it. Everything else is just nonsense. Okay? So I want y'all to understand this so that you can be the best you. I appreciate your time. Guys, if you've been with me this whole entire time, go ahead and click the subscribe button and click the all notifications so that you can get every bit of information that I put out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Guys, I appreciate you. If you want one of these shirts, go ahead and hit me up in the DMs. I will be more than glad to give you the information so that way I can provide you with one of these as well. Have a nice day. Be the best you.